There are at least 100,000 seriously ill children living in the UK today. Many of them will be spending their Christmas in hospital. But specialist nurses from children's charity WellChild are working to get them back home by providing support and enabling parents to manage their child's condition themselves. Medical training and advice is given so that children can get the care they need in their homes. The charity's patron is Prince Harry. Today he's visiting Royal Manchester Children's Hospital, where children on long-term ventilation have been living since birth.
Hello, Prince Harry.
Hello. Is he only ventilated 24/7?
At the moment, yes, he is, but hope to go home soon.
The nicest thing for you, I suppose, is when you go home, if anything goes wrong, you know how to solve it.
Yeah.
One WellChild nurse, Elaine O'Brien, is eager to tell the Prince about her work.
When I first get to know the children, they're in an intensive care unit surrounded by lots of medical teams. Families are constantly looking at you for support and advice, whereas it's about supporting that family to become that decision maker, and actually they're the ones in control.
Recently, Elaine worked with Jill and Colin, who in 2010 were expecting their first child together.
The pregnancy was totally fine. We'd got the nursery nearly ready. We were just over the moon.
But when Noah was born 7 weeks premature, the doctors realised there was a serious problem.
They whipped him straight off to intensive care. He was just covered in wires and a breathing tube down his throat. So I was terrified, thinking the worst, really.
Noah was diagnosed with a collapsed windpipe and could no longer breathe unaided.
There was a few real emergency times where he'd stop breathing. All the doctors would rush in the room. But the worst time was my birthday. And they let us walk around the outskirts of the hospital with him in the car park. And all of a sudden Noah sort of went lifeless. The nurse that was with us at the time just screamed, he's arrested, he's arrested. And we had to get him out of the pram and try and revive him. And at that point we thought he was dead. We managed to revive him. So thankful he was alive when he finally took a breath. Just that whole period of time was not pleasant.
Noah was so unstable, even with a tracheostomy to open his windpipe, he kept going into arrest.
After the day in the car park, my confidence was just absolutely rock bottom. There was going to be no way in my mind that I could keep this baby alive on my own without a whole squad of doctors.
Noah was to remain in hospital. But as weeks turned into months, WellChild stepped in and Elaine worked tirelessly to restore Jill and Colin's confidence in their ability to look after their son.
Hi!
After 10 long months, Noah was finally stable enough to go home. Now 4 years old, Noah has been able to stay with his family thanks to the training Elaine gave Jill and Colin.
Throughout everything, Elaine was checking on how we were. The emotional support that we had was as important as any practical support that they gave us. Just having somebody there that understood.
And being back at home means that children have the opportunity to develop as any other child would.
Have you seen a massive improvement since he's been at home?
Huge improvement. He started walking at home, he started speaking at home.
When you see Noah at home, it's a whole different level.
Yeah, it's a completely different level, yeah.
Hats off to all of you, really genuinely.
There are just 20 WellChild nurses in the UK, reaching only a fraction of children who need their vital support.
WellChild gave us the opportunity to get our lives back, to get us home and get us living a normal life. After we'd been home a little while, I remember a Saturday tea time, and I realised that we were sat here without a nurse. Bud was all sitting watching the football, and I thought, this is what every other family does on a Saturday tea time.